For the carob brownies, you're going to need 15 teaspoons of carob powder, 1/3 of a cup of ghee, 1 1/2 cups of sugar or 3/4 cups of agave nectar, 4 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, which is optional, 1 1/2 cups of spelt flour. I'm going to be using almond flour, less than 1 teaspoon of baking soda, less than 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 cup of chopped walnuts or other nuts. First things we're going to do is preheat the oven to 325. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grease the pan. Just got some of the ghee and I'm just going to kind of grease it. I'm not supposed to have avocado, and I have avocado spray for like this kind of thing, but Alright, so that's nice and greased. That's what you want to do. The next thing you're going to do, according to the recipe, is you're going to take the 1/3 of a cup of ghee and the 15 teaspoons of carob powder, you like to say it, and you are going to melt it together. So, I got this at Whole Foods. It's in the baking section, in case you're wondering. I like put it on medium. I can't have caffeine. I'm highly allergic, so I am very, very familiar with carob powder. So it tastes kind of like chocolate. It's a little bit more bitter than chocolate as far as flavoring goes. So yeah. It's going to start melting, and we're going to want to mix this together really good. Shouldn't take that long of time to do. Okay, that's, I guess, what they want. Then it says remove from heat, so I'm just turning off of the heat. And then we're going to add, we need 3/4 cup of the agave. I'm just going to use this because I have it. Just a lot of sugar stuff. Oh well. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to stir this up a bit, and then they want you to add the eggs, and I'm a little concerned about adding the eggs because the pan is hot, so isn't that going to cook the eggs? Like, these directions, I got this recipe off of the Blood Type Diet. Their directions really blow. Like, they should come up with better directions. Just saying. So, and then I don't think I have any vanilla, or I would add some. I think I'm totally out. I was not prepared for this. So we're going to add the 4 eggs. One, 2, really good. And then we're going to start adding the other stuff. Now with the walnuts, my boyfriend doesn't like nuts in his baked goods. I do, so I think I'm going to just crumble some on the top. Like do half a pan for him and half a pan for me. So that's my thought on the matter. Then we're going to add the almond flour, and they want it spelled, I'm using almonds, and we need, how much of this? 1 1/2 cups. So 1, and you probably, from my previous baking experience, want to just add a little at a time and mix it up. I mean, that might make your life a little easier. Let's just try this. I haven't had brownies in forever, so I'm kind of excited about this. I also want to try the black bean brownies. Have you ever seen a recipe? I've had them before. My sister Veronica makes a really mean black bean brownie. Because it's good. It's like you want to get a lot of fiber to help with your gut. Fiber is like so important to gut health. And so like black beans are just full of it. And if you're type A blood type, then it's good. I think these brownies are good for A and B because that's what I'm making it for. And so far, everything I got out of the pantry was on our together shelf. So yeah, they should be good for both A and B. Okay, let's get the other 1/2 cup in here. It's coming together. It's getting to be like a brownie batter for sure. It's a little, like I said, all the recipes on their website. So I'm just a little concerned. But I thought I'd give it a whirl because I haven't had brownies in forever. And this still will be pretty low calorie count. I don't know how many calories because I didn't say in the recipe. But I mean, carob powder only has 35 calories per tablespoon. Yeah, per tablespoon. So that's not a lot. And then obviously the sugar is a concern because there's a lot in here, but just trying to get the clumpy. When you use almond flour, it will be a little grainy texture. It's not going to be smooth like if you were using flour. So just so you're aware, it is going to be a little grainy-ish. That's just because of the texture of the almond flour, but you do want to get the biggie chunks out. Okay, that looks good. And then we need to add, it says less than a teaspoon of baking soda. I don't really know what that means. So I'm just going to do a very healthy pinch of baking soda. Because I don't know what less than a teaspoon is. And I think, and then I don't add salt to my stuff when I cook. I guess if you're eating more whole foods, it wouldn't be a big deal. But if you're eating a lot of processed stuff, and we're still eating cheese, and cheese has a lot of salt too. So, okay, we're going to put this in the pan that we greased. way to get this in the pan is to just kind of literally tilting the pan till it gets all the way where you want it. Tilt it the other way, and that'll get it evenly where you need it to go. And then you just kind of do one of these at the end. That should be pretty good. And then I gotta still crush up my walnuts, so I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll put this in the oven. All right, so I chopped up some walnuts for my side. This is gonna bake for about 25 minutes until the sides start to pull away, and the oven's 325. So I'm gonna throw this in the oven, and I'm excited for brownies. Okay, the brownies are done. I put it in for an extra minute, but it looks really good. Smells pretty decent, so I can't wait to eat this. And I'm sure my boyfriend will be excited about eating it too. For their carob chip cookies, we're going to need 1/3 cup of olive oil, 1/2 cup of pure maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 organic egg, 1 3/4 cups of almond flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 cup of carob chips, and a dash of allspice, which I am omitting because my boyfriend will probably want to eat some of these too. First things first, we're going to preheat the oven to 375. Alright, so we're going to make the chips. So I've already oiled the baking sheet. It says you need 2. I only have 1, so what are you going to do? I'm going to add the oil. And the recipe says canola oil. I have olive oil. That's what I'm going to use. And we need 1/3 cup of oil. We're going to add 1/2 cup of maple syrup. I love cooking with maple syrup. It just adds a really nice flavor to everything. We're going to add some vanilla. Just got some pure vanilla, and you need a teaspoon. So I have 1/2 teaspoon here. I never know where my teaspoons go. They're always missing, and I don't know why. No freaking clue why they always go missing. I'm going to add the egg. And I got this recipe out of their book, but it's also online on their website, so that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. We're gonna beat this up, and then you're gonna slowly add the flour and the baking soda. So what I'm gonna do, because they didn't tell you to do this, but you should do this, get another bowl. Let's add the almond flour and the baking soda. So we're gonna need 1 3/4 cup. And I'm using almond flour. They wanted you to use oats or brown rice flour. I'm just trying to use what I have. I'm on a really tight budget and trying to go out and like buy all this extra stuff. Like, no thank you. No thank you. So there's the almond flour. And then we need a teaspoon, I believe. Yes, of baking soda. So, and this is going to be good for blood type A and B, so this is going to be a good snack. I like having little desserts around, so you're not tempted to go to the store and get something. Or like me, when I'm at the grocery store and lo and behold, they have some candy I want. Okay. Now, we're going to take and beat the egg, and then we're going to slowly add in the flour. Let's get this going. Let me get a spoon. Remember with almond flour, it's really gritty. You're not going to get a smooth batter. That's just the way almond flour is. So it's not going to get really, really smooth. It's not going to have clumps in it, but it's going to be gritty looking, just so you're aware. Good. And then we're going to put a half a cup of carob chips in here. I got these ones from Whole Foods. They are not good or appropriate for the blood type diet. I still wanted chocolate chip cookies, so they're going to be a lot better than eating regular chocolate chip cookies. They just have a coconut in it. Palm oil, I think, was the other thing that was bad with them. Something told me when I was by Fresh Time, because they have really good carob chips, to go in there and get them. I didn't listen to my inner wisdom, and I got stuck with these ones. What are you gonna do? I will know for next time. We're gonna just mix this up. And then they want you to use a teaspoon and put them on the cookie sheet. It says it's gonna make about 3.5 to 4 dozen. So you're gonna be making little cookies with this one. And you're going to bake for 10 to 15 minutes until they are lightly brown. So, let's see if I can find that teaspoon. Success, I did find one. So, I mean, these are little bitty cookies. Which, I like little things because you feel like you're eating a lot when you eat like 5 of them, when you're really not. Like if you were to eat 5 regular cookies, you would feel pretty bad about it. So, okay, so I'm gonna put these on the sheet. I'm gonna shove them in the oven for 15 minutes and I'll show you what that looks like. The cookies have been in the oven for 10 minutes. I thought I had them spaced out well enough, but apparently not, because they have all completely and utterly melded together. That's what they look like coming out of the oven. Looks really good. Alright, here's the last batch. And they're not as brown as I would like, but I don't want to burn them because the second batch, I put them for 10 minutes. The last one I put them for 5. These were for 10. They got really brown. I salvaged what I could out of the first batch. So this is a learning curve. I mean, it's still delicious and I'm still going to eat it regardless. So I ain't picky in regards to the cookies. So that's what they look like.